Welcome! This is your official service learning orientation to prepare you before beginning your service learning project. If you haven't already viewed your professor's specific information in regards to the service learning project in either the syllabus or extra project explanation, please do so before continuing. So what is service learning? LC's formal definition of service learning is a teaching and learning strategy that integrates community service with academic instruction while focusing on critical thinking, reflection, and civic responsibility. It is a form of civic engagement and it is similar to the typical types of volunteerism or community service you may have heard of. However, service learning is different from them in that all service learning projects must be connected to a specific course and that course's learning outcomes. In simpler terms, service learning is where students as a part of a course meet an identified community need through a project and reflect upon that experience and report on it afterwards. All four key components must be present in order for it to be truly a service learning experience. Service learning is a form of experiential education, which is simply learning by doing. You may be familiar with other forms of experiential education such as clinicals, practicums, internships, etc. However, remember that service learning differs from these forms through its connection to the course and the community need. For example, volunteerism is not connected to a course, but it does meet a community need. Taking a step back, the service learning program on the campus has been in existence since 2006 when the college received a national grant from the American Association of Community Colleges. Since then, almost 2,000 students have been engaged, and we are excited that you are about to begin your own journey through service learning and join our college in the service to our community. After all, we are a community college. Here are a couple examples of past service learning projects. As you can see, students as a part of a specific course are taking what they're learning in the classroom and using it to benefit the community. Take an example of marketing students who created and implemented a food drive campaign, not only bringing awareness to hunger and promoting our local food bank, donating the results of their project to benefit our community. Your projects make an impact upon the community, whether it be increased collection of food, like in this example, or if it's in the life of a child that you touched while mentoring. Among a long list of benefits, students gain through increased academic achievement, civic engagement, and personal growth. Also, every LC service learning student will receive a certificate of completion, medallion to wear at graduation, and invitation to an annual celebration. Partners have increased capacity to meet their needs, as well as also receive an invitation to the celebration. And the college is dedicated to student success, and service learning helps achieve this mission. Getting started. When beginning your service learning experience, start with a specific course or project instructions that your professor provides. Service learning is used in a wide variety of different courses, disciplines, and programs at LC. Each experience must achieve the four key components explained earlier. However, each course and professor may achieve these differently in their own instructions. These instructions will lay out the essentials of your project. Is it required or optional? What forms are required, etc. Before beginning the project, get oriented to the specific requirements. Take note of the deadlines. Watch this video. Next is to understand all of the project requirements. Most requirements are specific to your project course. However, all LC students must complete the online student project report form upon the actual completion of the project. Lastly, we encourage you to learn about the community partner you will be working with to understand the program needs, and this will help you be more knowledgeable when speaking with the contact person. Before contacting the organization, understand your instructor's expectations. Some projects may involve a few meetings with your community partner just to define the goals of the service learning project. Other experiences are already set up and simply require a quick phone call to get started. Also, be sure to understand that this project must meet an actual community need, not what you perceive their need to be. Unless the need has already been clearly defined by your instructor, start with asking the organization about their needs, then connect your skills, knowledge, and project requirements to address the need. Next is to actually make contact, and depending on your specific course, you may already have the contact information from your professor or need to establish your own. Make contact as soon as possible. It takes time to make a connection. Remember, your community partners are often very busy and must be respectful of their time. Don't wait until the last minute to complete your hours, or you may just find yourself unable to complete your project due to scheduling conflicts. When speaking to the organization's contact, explain you're an LC student from Class X with a service learning project of X hours. Explain the course project objectives. Keep in mind, some organizations may have prior knowledge of service learning and some may need an actual explanation. Be sure to ask about this organization's volunteer policies. Some, not all, organizations require students to complete volunteer applications, background checks, TB tests, physicals, etc. before you begin your service. Let them know now of your availability and the best days and times to contact you. Organization hours of operation are not always flexible. Identify if your availability is compatible. If there is no room for flexibility for you or them, please seek guidance from your professor. That organization might not be the right fit. If you're leaving a voicemail or sending an email, please make sure that you state your name, phone number, and time you're calling. Explain why you're contacting them and when is the best time to connect with you back. If you're not receiving a response, make sure you've given them at least 48 hours to respond and follow these instructions. Please discuss the situation with your professor if you're not receiving a response. During your service, keep in mind, individual experiences cause everyone to view the world in a different light. Be open to new experiences and maintain an open mind to the people with whom you'll be working. Expect a little uncertainty at first. As the semester progresses, you'll become a little more comfortable in your role. Step outside your comfort zone and challenge yourself. Sometimes we learn as much from what we don't like as from what we do. Don't be afraid to add your talents or skills to enhance your project. It will be more beneficial for you and your partner. And of course, have fun. It's also very important to remember that you have rights as well as responsibilities as a volunteer. For the entire listing of these rights and responsibilities, please see the student guide online. Here are a couple highlights. You have the right to receive orientation, training, and ongoing supervision when necessary, to be treated as a coworker, to be assigned specific and appropriate tasks, and to do meaningful, satisfying work. Just as you have rights, you also have a responsibility to your community partner, class, college, and self. Here are a couple highlights. Treat your service learning assignment like a job. Be on time. Tardiness and no-shows are unacceptable. Call your supervisor as soon as possible if you can't attend and arrange to pick up the missed hours. Remember that you may be terminated from your service site if you fail to call or show up. Please remember that not only is your partner counting on you to complete these projects, but also in some cases the clients they serve. For example, if you are scheduled to attend a mentoring session with a child through Big Brothers Big Sisters, what kind of message would you be sending that child if you're 30 minutes late or don't even show up? You are also representing Lorain County Community College and your service site in the work that you do. Make sure you're acting in a professional and appropriate manner, using correct language, following through with commitments, and dressing appropriately. Please seek guidance from your service site in regards to their dress code. Each site and project may be different. However, in general, belly shirts, mini skirts, tube tops, spaghetti straps, no shirts, sagging pants, no pants, and any type of provocative clothing or excessive jewelry are not only unacceptable, but could place you and others in hazardous situations. For more and very entertaining information on working with community partners, view Boise State's Service Learning YouTube videos. Most likely with your service project, with the exception of some, you will be out and about in the community. Here are some highlights of safe service tips in order to allow for a safe and positive service experience. Please see the student guide for a complete listing. Do participate in orientation, inquire about policies, know emergency contact information, ask for help when in doubt, show respect, avoid the responsibility of handling money, avoid one-on-one situations that isolate you, and don't report to your service site under the influence, give or loan money, share personal information, make promises you can't keep, tolerate verbal exchange or engage in behavior that might be perceived as a sexual nature, tolerate or engage in behavior that might be perceived as discriminating on the basis of race, color, religion, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, or ability, and don't wear excessive or expensive jewelry or leave your personal belongings in a unsafe location. If you experience any difficulties with your service site, feel uncomfortable or unsafe, please know you are supported. Always begin with your service site supervisor. However, if you cannot make the contact or the situation involves them, please contact your professor. Likewise, if you cannot contact your professor, please contact the Service Learning Office in Career Services, which is located on the first floor of the library building, or by calling their number. Student project reporting is one of the 4 key components of service learning at LC and required by all students who are to be considered official service learning students. The purpose of this report is to track student project information such as types of projects, community partners, number of hours, tasks accomplished, and serves as the final confirmation that a student actually completed the project. If the project report is not submitted, you will not receive a certificate, graduation medallion, or be designated as a service learner, and potentially lose points in your course. Before your project begins, we suggest viewing the online project report form to become aware of what you'll be asked to report. The online project report is open all semester, however, only complete the form after you've actually completed your project. See your course syllabus or project description for the deadline as determined by your professor. Visit the Service Learning website or use the direct link to access the report form. If you have any troubles with submitting your report, please contact your professor or the Service Learning Office. All LC service learners are eligible to receive a certificate of completion and medallion to wear at graduation. In order for a student to be considered an official service learning student in the college's student tracking system and receive these awards, the correct actions must be completed, including the submission of a service learning course roster by service learning faculty members and the service learning report online just described. Students usually receive certificates through their professor unless attending the annual celebration. Medallions are also given only when you apply for graduation or transferring to another school. Those walking at graduation will receive their medallion at the LC bookstore with the cap and gown packet. All others will need to pick up their medallion at Career Services. View the full certificate and medallion policy online in the student guide. After you've completed your project, translate that experience to your resume for future employers to see. Today, employers are seeking candidates with experience, soft skills, and those engaged in their community. By showing your engagement on a resume, it will help you stand out among other applicants. LC's Career Services provides resume writing assistance online and in person by appointment. Why stop at your service at the end of your service learning project? You've now tasted the impact one person can have upon the community and the lives of others. Why not continue? Contact Career Services for more information. And that's a wrap. Thank you for taking time to view this video and prepare for your service learning this semester. You are in for a wonderful adventure full of learning, discovery, and service. We look forward to learning about your projects and the impact you've had on the community. And remember, everyone can be great because everyone can serve. Thank you and happy service learning.